Welcome back. Welcome to our special, The Road to Lok Sabha 2024. It's a big day tomorrow. In a first, the Election Commission of India has given a 24-hour notice or alert before announcing the crucial dates for the Lok Sabha elections that are going to be shortly held. The 4 states expected to vote in April or May are Arunachal Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha and Sikkim. Along with this, Maharashtra, Haryana, Jharkhand is also scheduled to vote later this year. Their dates, at least partly, the 4 states at least are likely to be announced as well. But even as India gets ready to vote, let's look at what the India picture looks like right now. This is the map right now showing the BJP ruled states as well as the non-BJP ruled states. That's of course in the states. Now, what was the 2019 picture, the parliamentary elections compared to the 2014 parliamentary elections? BJP in 2019 won 303 seats compared to 282 in 2014. If we could have those graphics up, increase of 21 seats and vote share increase of 6%. Now let's look at what Congress was looking at. Congress, on the other hand, won 52 seats in 2019 compared to 44 in 2014, increase of 6 seats, but a mere 0.2% of vote share. There are also other parties, if you look at AIADMK, which was with the NDA, but as of now, it isn't. If you look at their seats actually reduced from 23 in 2019 to 37 in 2014. So they saw a reduction in vote share as well as seat share, a reason that BJP claims they are a non-game player. Well, but a very dominant party when it comes to Tamil Nadu. There are several other things also if we could look at. BJD almost the same, just a margin of 2 seats that increased when you compare 2019 with 2014. There are several key issues that have been raked up right now when you compare to what BJP claims to be the key issues compared to what Congress is looking at the key issues. But before we go on to that, let me go across to my colleagues. And I'm being joined by Abhishek as well as Neha at this point. Neha, to you first. Karnataka is a very interesting battlefield. And I say that because Karnataka in the south is the only foothold really for the BJP. Of course, the BJP claiming a south wave. Prime Minister himself has claimed that it will be a wave in the south for the BJP. But practically speaking, irrespective of what the state has been in, which party has been in the assembly elected as the government, BJP has, the Karnataka has largely voted for the BJP in the parliamentary elections. What do you think Karnataka is looking as the key factors this time?
Well, yes, Neha, you've said it quite rightly. Politics in the state of Karnataka has always been volatile when it comes to the assembly elections. But as far as the Lok Sabha or the general elections are concerned, it's been quite evident that it has been the BJP's bastion for several years now. If we are to talk about, of course, the upcoming Lok Sabha elections, 28 seats is what is being contested. And of this, we're seeing that the alliance right now, the BJP and the JDS, would be hoping to at least retain about 25 of the seats that they have. Now, this comes at a time when the Congress itself also is putting up quite a tough fight over here. The fact that, the success of their guarantees in the state elections is something that they're riding high on right now. And they're hoping that, their stellar performance in the assembly elections is something that would reflect in the Lok Sabha and at least help them gain ground, if not a clear majority. Now, if we are, of course, talking about the BJP here, like you rightly mentioned, of Of course, the BJP has always had a lion's share of seats as far as the Lok Sabha is concerned, and they're pretty determined this time around with the support of the JDS to keep the Congress out. Having said that, of course, the Congress, of course, if we are to counter that, the Congress right now too has fielded, candidates in 7 of the Lok Sabha seats right now, and it is going to be quite a tough fight over here. More so, the Congress party would be looking to gain ground, of course, from just about the 2 seats that they had last election. This time, they're hopeful that they'd at least be touching the 10 to 15, seat mark. Now, while we're talking about, the key determinants over here that could possibly, make people sway, of course, we'll quickly, talk about what pros and cons that both parties have. Having, of course, the fact that the Prime Minister too, like you rightly mentioned, would be visiting Karnataka also, in just about 2-3 days from now. There's going to be a lot of action over here. And even as you have the BJP, that's of course putting in concerted efforts right now with its victory last time around to keep its seats, to hold a majority of its seats. It's also battling infighting on one hand. And the Congress party, of course, too, is battling infighting right now. Several, candidates that have been fielded are even not from Karnataka itself, which has become a point of concern over here for several of the Karyakartas and workers, questioning why, people who aren't from Karnataka are being given the seats. Well, at the end of the day, there are a host of issues that people would be voting for. And even for the Congress party here, the larger picture being that of the India bloc, we'll really have to wait and see how it pans out. But they are seeming quite confident.
Right, Neha, in fact, if I can just make this request, we are going over to our colleague Abhishek, who's at Nagpur. But if you do have some people around you and if you can get us our boxes, we'll come back to you for that as well. But thank you for those details from Bengaluru. Abhishek, to you now, Abhishek. With what is happening in Maharashtra, of course, the state elections are also expected, but we don't know whether the dates for Maharashtra may be announced tomorrow itself, considering it's not in the first part of the next year. But it's still very tough conversations, discussions, bargaining that is happening between the political parties, whether it be the NDA or the Mahayuti. Both, we could safely say it's not all well, but lots of seats up for grab in Maharashtra.
Definitely, and I'm present at the eastern corner of Maharashtra in Nagpur. And firstly, I would like to show you, this is the Diksha Bhumi where I'm reporting currently from, where Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar embraced Buddhism along with thousands of its supporters. And just to give you a view, towards my right is the Constitution's first page. We can clearly see. And the fight in India by India Alliance says that is to safeguard Constitution. And at the same time, we have National Democratic Alliance, with the BJP in power, and they are fighting for developed country. And Maharashtra has the second maximum number of seats after Uttar Pradesh, and it holds very significant. 48 seats are there, and definitely we will have a tough contest. Remember, whether it is Mahayuti or whether it is Mahavikas Aghadi, both the alliance, we can clearly see differences arising. No consensus till now. Tomorrow, model code of conduct will will be announced. But we have only BJP announcing 20 seats across 48 seats in Maharashtra. No announcement from the Mahavikas Aghadi together, and no announcement yet from Mahayuti together. We have some of them. Let's try and speak to them. नागपुर शहर है, किस तरीके से देखते हैं लोकसभा इलेक्शंस आ रहे हैं, क्या माहौल है इस एटलीस्ट नागपुर का अगर बात करें तो क्या कहेंगे?
हम नागपुर के नहीं है, हम बुल्ढाना जिले के।
हाँ, महाराष्ट्र की बात करें तो कैसे देखते हैं? बुल्ढाना की अगर बात करें, किसका पलड़ा भारी है, महाविकास आघाड़ी का या महायुति का?
महाविकास अपनी युति जो है ना, उनके
शिंदे साहब, फडणवीस साहब की बात आप अगर बात करना चाहेंगे, किस तरीके से महाराष्ट्र की अगर राजनीति की बात करें, इलेक्शंस आने वाले हैं, आप वोटिंग करेंगे, किसको वोट देना पसंद करेंगे आप?
मोदी जी को।
मोदी जी को वोट? क्यों मोदी जी को वोट देना है? क्या आपको लगता है कितना विकास हुआ है महाराष्ट्र में या फिर नागपुर में?
नहीं, बहुत विकास हुआ है, मोदी जी को ही वोट देंगे हम।
So definitely a lot of development has taken place is what the gentlemen want to say, and that is definitely one of the agenda. But as I pointed out earlier, it will be NDA versus India alliance. And as far as Maharashtra is concerned, it very much holds a significance. And where we are present right now is a stronghold of Nitin Gadkari, who has been recently announced from Nagpur by the BJP. And definitely how soon the consensus will be arise in both the alliances is something we are closely monitoring. But in Maharashtra, it will be totally different because all political equations have been changed after split in regional parties like Shiv Sena and NCP. Both are, having partners in different alliances and are struggling to bring consensus. Even Bharat Jodo Yatra is going on. Tomorrow, Rahul Gandhi will be entering Mumbai. So there is a lot of significance in Maharashtra, and we will have to closely monitor all those developments. And definitely, again, I would like to point out 48 seats is a big deal for either Mahayuti or Mahavikas Aghadi, India Alliance versus NDA in the state of Maharashtra. Back to you.
Absolutely, Abhishek, and what a fantastic live. Thank you for giving a sense of what is happening around you, for getting those voices and that very, very important constitutional page, which is so much larger than life and perhaps so much crucial, perhaps most crucial than ever before any election, as that becomes one of the big election pegs as well. Thank you very much, Abhishek, for bringing us those details. Moving on, with focus on 400 par, the BJP has charted a clear blueprint. Concentrate efforts on constituencies and regions where the party performance was subpar in 2019. Spearheading this campaign is none other than Prime Minister Modi himself. The southern states have historically posed electoral challenges for the BJP, and so special attention is being directed towards the region. In line with that, Prime Minister Modi is on a packed 5-day campaign trail across all 5 states in the south. In his first stop, Tamil Nadu's Kanyakumari, Prime Minister Modi minced no words in his critique of the Congress and the DMK. He lambasted the MK Stalin-led party, accusing them of being the beneficiaries of the infamous 2G scam. Furthermore, he alleged their disdain for Indian culture and Tamil Nadu's heritage, citing attempts to undermine the revered Jellicut tradition.
तमिलनाडु के भविष्य के दुश्मन है, और सिर्फ दुश्मन ही ऐसा नहीं है, डीएमके तमिलनाडु के अतीत की, उसकी विरासत की भी दुश्मन है। आप कल्पना कीजिए कि इनके मन में हमारा देश, हमारी संस्कृति, हमारे महापुरुष, हमारे परंपरा, इन सब बातों के लिए कितनी नफरत है।
Prime Minister's next stop, Pathanamthitta in Kerala. Prime Minister Modi confronted the LDF and the UDF head-on. He painted a grim picture of Kerala's law and order situation, asserting that its citizens are living in a state of perpetual fear. In fact, it's very interesting to note why he was present in Pathanamthitta. The candidate that BJP has fielded in Pathanamthitta is veteran Congress leader A.K. Antony's son, Anil K. Antony, who is taking another Congress veteran, Anto Antony, in Pathanamthitta. This is being pegged by the BJP as a battle of battles that they are looking at Pathanamthitta, but Congress saying it is their forte and shall be retained. It's here that Prime Minister has said 400 par, including the emphasis in Kerala.
लेकिन एलडीएफ और यूडीएफ ने अपनी आंखें बंद कर रखी है। केरला में कानून व्यवस्था का हाल भी बहुत बुरा है। यहां तक कि चर्च के पादरी भी हिंसा के शिकार हो रहे हैं। कितने ही कॉलेज कैंपस कम्युनिस्टों के गुंडों के अड्डे बन गए हैं। महिलाएं, युवा और हर वर्ग डर में जी रहा है। राज्य सरकार में बैठे लोग चैन की नींद सो रहे हैं। केरला को इन समस्याओं से छुटकारा तभी मिलेगा जब एक बार कांग्रेस, एक बार एलडीएफ, ये जो मिली भगत का चक्कर चल रहा है ना, वो चक्कर जब टूटेगा तब जाकर के आपको न्याय मिलेगा।
There was a minor roadblock for Prime Minister Modi in Coimbatore, where he's slated to visit on March 18. The Prime Minister, the Tamil Nadu police has denied permission to his roadshow, citing security reasons, following which the BJP state unit moved the Madras High Court seeking permission for the same, which was ultimately granted. Ahead of the all-important Lok Sabha elections, the BJP, with Prime Minister Modi at the forefront, has left no stone unturned in forging connections with the South, from delivering his inaugural public address of the year in Tamil Nadu to engaging in temple visits and addressing regional concerns. Prime Minister Modi has maintained a steadfast focus on the southern states. In 2024, Prime Minister Modi has made 4 visits to Tamil Nadu, 3 to Kerala, 2 each to Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, and 1 to Karnataka. Right, and I'm being joined at this point by Varshini Ramu in Chennai, as well as Jayalakshmi from Thiruvananthapuram. Thank you, both of you, for joining us. Varshini, to you first. Varshini, how is Tamil Nadu responding to the emphasis that Prime Minister Modi is laying in South, particularly Tamil Nadu?
Well, Sneha, if you see, it is a very important, few days that we are going to see, because Prime Minister Narendra Modi is in the South. He is conducting 11 rallies in the 5 states in the next couple of days. And it is very important to note, because the BJP, particularly in the state of Tamil Nadu, and the presence of the Bharatiya Janata Party was comparatively very less. But in the past few years, it is very notable that the magnitude of the BJP's, momentum shift has definitely is very seen on the ground. And even earlier today, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi was in Kanyakumari, which has been a very important constituency for the BJP in the past, and there there was a massive crowd that attended the Prime Minister's public speech event. And in fact, during his speech, at many points, there was huge, sound and applause and cheer for the Prime Minister. And that is what we are talking about, the momentum shift that Prime Minister is bringing to the South states, particularly Tamil Nadu.
All right. That's going to be interesting to see how it translates into vote in a state that has not been very favorable in its votes to Tamil Nadu, at least in the past. Jayalakshmi, how is Kerala responding? How is Congress and the left responding? Interesting place for the Prime Minister to pick as his venue today.
Yes, certainly, in fact, Pathanamthitta, a very interesting constituency that PM chose today. One of the 4 major constituencies that BJP is eyeing on for this Lok Sabha elections, among Thiruvananthapuram, Thrissur and the Wayanad district. Pathanamthitta is one of the major constituencies that BJP is focusing on, and this time, as on, they have decided to field Anil Antony from the Pathanamthitta constituency. And it's a very strong fight between Anil Antony and the sitting MP Anto Antony, and also very strong contestant from the CPIM, that is Thomas Isaac. All 3 are staging a very strong fight. But today PM also in the state attacked the Congress and the LDF government, and that how they are trying to deceive the people of Kerala, and that how their unity is just an act outside the state of Kerala, and inside they are contesting against each other. So there's an interesting fight that is going to be held. In fact, PM is also coming back to Kerala again on 19th of this month. So we have to wait and see how that rally takes place.
Right. Thank you very much for joining us with those details, Jayalakshmi as well as Varshini.